Let's go. How's it, everybody? We're still kicking it on episode 6 on the World Cup fixture. We're only talking World Cup until the World Cup is finished, and we're trying to see how this thing goes. If you haven't so far and you like the content, give a like, give a subscribe, and let's get right into the content. Before anything, I need to give special thanks to the music in the background. Check this guy out and give it a stream if you like the background music. And that's it. And just once again, guys, give a like, give a subscribe. It goes a long way for the channel as well. And stay tuned and let's see this channel grow. First of all, this episode we're talking about the two coming up fixtures of today, which is I'm going to give you my predictions because I know that I've been giving my predictions very late. So here's my predictions. My prediction is for Portugal to go through for this specific fixture. For Cristiano Ronaldo to enter the semi-finals. That is my predictions. Let's see if it gets into fruition. And I'm standing by it. And yeah. Let's get right into it, which is the lineup. The lineup has been posted. Like I said, I'm posting this video in advance, so we're just in time. And we're also just in time to also get the Morocco versus Portugal lineup. The lineup is here, and the first thing everybody's looking at was Cristiano Ronaldo. And yeah, he's being benched, unfortunately. I'm kind of bummed out about it, but hey, Ramos has hit the hat trick. You gotta let the guy play in again. So Ramos starts as the number 9 with Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench. The player I'm looking most forward to is Hakimi. I'm liking this Morocco side. Hakimi is like captain of that Morocco side. I'm excited for this fixture. Like I said, hey, this game can go any way. It can go either way because both teams have quality. Both teams have passion. And hey, this is the same Morocco that took away Spain. Got out the group stages as well. So they are a massive underdog, just like Croatia. But hey, they have a chance of actually getting through as the underdogs and potentially even winning the World Cup. But let's see how things go into it. And here it is, Cristiano Ronaldo is being benched. There's a lot to unpack about this. But I think it's the right move. There's so many talent within the attack from Portugal. It doesn't make a lot of sense to play him in the starting lineup as well. It just is not a feasible plan to have Cristiano Ronaldo on the starting lineup, given his age and given the fact that there's so many talents on the bench. And I've said this in my previous video, I will take Rafael Leao over Cristiano Ronaldo as that number 9. And now I'm seeing I'll even take Ramos as well as that substitute number 9, as the number 9 instead of Cristiano Ronaldo. There's so many talents on that bench and it's so unfortunate, but I think the end target is winning the World Cup. And I had to kind of mention this. When I was on Twitter the other day, I couldn't help to see that the media painted it as if Cristiano Ronaldo was kind of bummed out about not playing. But the media is so weird because they didn't want to show him celebrating Ramos' second goal. They don't want to show him celebrating and congratulating Ramos at the end of the match. And that's the weird thing about social media. But it is what it is. But the guy only cares about one thing only, is to get Portugal through. And I suppose his heart to be okay with it and celebrate with his team shows his level of, shows where he's at, shows where his mind's at. The guy is thinking about Portugal. He's not thinking about himself. And I gotta give him props for that. Hey, and he's on the bench. It is what it is. There's so many talents within the Portugal squad. And there's going to be fire on this match. But I'm not underestimating Morocco. I am giving them their flowers. Morocco is this the same Morocco that took Spain, and I've been saying this for the longest of times, that Spain has a pool of talent, and they also had such a talented manager or coach with Enrique. He's good. He coached Barcelona, and now coaching Spain. I think he's as well was responsible for one of the Champions League won by Barcelona. He's a fantastic tactical manager, as well as a fantastic, coach as well. So I can't wait for the fact that Morocco could take Spain away with the talents like Fati, Gavi, Pedri, so much more, Morata. There's so much depth within Spain, and that just shows how good Morocco is. This is the same Morocco that took away world-class talents in Spain, and coming in as underdogs, going all the way to the quarterfinals and potentially even the semi-finals, coming against Portugal. Hey, this is going to be a tight fixture, and I can see why they opted for Ramos instead of Cristiano Ronaldo. Get me some legs in this game, because these Moroccan players, they are fast, they are tactical, they are aware, and I can't wait to see how things come up. Let's get with the next one. Coming to Bruno Fernandes. This guy has to be the difference maker. In all the games in Portugal, I've been saying that without Bruno Fernandes, this Portugal side will not be as deep as they are. He is the man for Portugal. I've been saying it, like, if Portugal can win the World Cup, it's not because of this man, and he has to win the Ballon d'Or. If Portugal wins, it is what it is. But hey, he is a difference maker for Portugal. The way he comes into the attack, the way he helps in the midfield, providing passing avenues, helping keep possession, helping the press. He is the man for Portugal. And a lot of people also say, hey, but there's also Bernardo Silva. I give him that. But it's still the mere fact that I think on his previous match he scored he scored a brace, and the previous match before that he had a brace and assist. It shows his consistency as well, and I think he had a couple of goal involvements in the previous match. So he is the man to make a difference. Without Bruno Fernandes, I can't see this Portugal winning the World Cup. Perhaps maybe with their talents they can go through, but he's the difference maker. He is what Portugal need. He's a Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal, I suppose, for Portugal, I suppose. And coming to the fourth, let's talk about Rafael Leao. He's so good, man. Watch the highlights. Guy does all the cheeky thing. He scores his goal with a smile, a cheeky smile right there. Fire, man. This guy's fire. Keeping up with him within the World Cup fixture. When the World Cup stands is for the bigger picture, and Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't help that bigger picture. I suppose it's just for him to get that medal. Somebody asked me, can Portugal win the World Cup without Cristiano? I thought about this for a while, and I always have to say, just as much as Portugal cannot win the World Cup, they also cannot win the World Cup without Cristiano Ronaldo. Because of his influence, because of his leadership in the Portugal squad, you have to give him credit. He is what is it, the player that's giving you motivation. He's the Neymar of Brazil. Brazil is one of the young players, and if you see there's a few experienced players, those type of players, when they're not playing, they still give the professionalism. They teach the youngsters the professionalism, and they give them that courage. I've been here for a long time. You need experience with young legs. These two things are perfect combination. And I'm saying this right. Yes, perhaps Cristiano Ronaldo can be benched and Portugal can actually win the World Cup without Cristiano Ronaldo's goals. But Portugal cannot win the World Cup without Cristiano Ronaldo's influence. He's a veteran. He is the leader that they need. With Cristiano Ronaldo, it elevates everybody's life. It elevates everybody's IQ, football IQ, and football belief as well. Him coming into the room, or him coming into Portugal, elevates everybody, makes everybody more professional. That's what I have to say. They need Cristiano Ronaldo, just like Dani Alves. Arsenal brought him back, but a lot of people had the perception that he was going to play every game, play a lot of minutes. But not even so. The level of professionalism, bringing Dani Alves back into Arsenal previous season of 2020 and 2021, he was the leader they needed because Arsenal was filled with young players who do not understand coming bring Dani Alves that brings a little of that professionalism, allows them to understand the badge that they're wearing. And it is what it is. So yeah, Portugal needs Cristiano Ronaldo, not necessarily to play, but necessarily for his statute and who he is, what he brings in terms of leadership. And coming into second, when I talk about Hakimi, he is the leader, he is the difference maker for Morocco. I would rather have him as a winger. I know this may sound weird, but yes, I would play Hakimi as a winner up front and somebody else that provides more attacking opportunities. He actually plays very well attack-wise. And yes, he's also not so bad in the defensive side, but he's so good as an attacker. Putting him maybe as a left midfielder or even as a winger, right midfielder or right winger, will provide a little bit more of the attacking opportunities. And he doesn't even have to cut in. He can be the winger where he plays the overflow and hits the crosses in and has the striker to help it put in or finish that pass or finish the cross. That's what I would have him as, and it's a weird type of play, but let me put it like this. Hakimi's best position is a right back, but his other positions he can play is probably right midfielder and right winger. Him as a right winger, which is not his best position, is still better than most of Morocco's options. And having him, it's almost like saying this. Gareth Bale can actually also play right back, right midfielder, and right winger. But like I said before, him as a right winger is just better than anybody else than they have. And it's just better to have an average right back and him as a winger than to have him as the right back and just some guy to just fill up the space. And I know you're going to say Ziyech plays as the right wing. I think Ziyech is a little bit flexible and then you can play him as a number 10 position. I don't think I would classify him as that winger. You can play him as number 10. He is a very versatile player. I hope you can play him in a little bit of that midfield, that number 10 position. I see Ziyech coming into Ziyech. The guy is such a confusing player. He plays so weirdly for Chelsea, but he plays so great for Morocco. I think he's showing how talented he is and how he is in desperate need for Chelsea to come into itself, or allow Chelsea, or have Chelsea come into its new body, or he needs a proper team to play properly. In Ajax, he had a very stable squad. In Chelsea, it's not as stable. So he's so good. He's playing so well. He's playing as the Ziyech we know from Ajax, or a little bit of the glimpse that we saw from Ajax. He's a weird player. One of those players where he's playing good for his national squad, but weird for his club. But hey, it is what it is. Perhaps he can't handle the physicalness of the Premier League, because you can give him the benefit of the doubt to say he's coming from the Ajax side, and Dutch football is a little bit more. It's nice passing football. It's more tactical. It's a lot like La Liga. You critique La Liga for its tacticalness and the passing, and when you come into the Premier League, hey boy, we're playing with our legs, we're playing with our shoulders, we're pushing, we're fighting, we're getting this title. I think he can't come to it. He probably chose a team that doesn't suit his style of play. He probably could have been more better off in Bayern Munich or in a La Liga team, or remain in Dutch football. But hey, that's his choice. Alright guys, that is the final conclusion of my thoughts on the upcoming game of the second match day, Portugal versus Morocco. Like I said, for Portugal to go through, let's see how it goes in a prediction. The second phase of the video is France versus England. Is it coming home, or is it Sacre Bleu? And I have to be honest, I actually don't even know what Sacre Bleu means. But here it is, England versus France. My predictions. This is gonna sound weird to everybody, but this is for it. France to go through and beat and upset France. Sorry, what did I just say? England to go through. I apologize. England to go through and to upset France. Hey, we've been seeing a lot of weird matches in the World Cup. This is one of the most feistiest World Cup we've seen, and I have to go for the feistiest option. For England to hit the semi-finals, for Portugal versus England match to go into the finals, just like we saw it with the first match for Portugal versus England to go into the to the semi-finals. I'm looking forward to this match, and there's a lot of difference makers who both teams need, and it's such a balance. This is two powerhouses of teams coming together to play a good match of football. I cannot set these two apart. I don't think the goal difference between these two teams will be a lot. I think it will be a 1-goal difference, or at least a 2-goal difference. So I am betting for a 2-1 win for France, and for Portugal, I think a 2-0 beat. Then we come into the difference makers, gents. We're coming for the difference makers. There's the guy in the England squad who, if they don't have this guy, they're not going far. So it's Jude Bellingham. I'm telling you, man, without this cat, England ain't going far. He is a difference maker, and I've been saying his intelligence within the ball, the way he can read a game, the way he can read a pass. And he doesn't just shoot out of nowhere. He shoots, he looks for the opportunity, he feels the opportunity, and he makes the strike. He is my favorite England player right now. I cannot wait for him to play. He is the difference maker. Hey, and if he can go through into the semi-finals, hey man, he probably has a potential of becoming the next best midfielder coming from England. I don't often say the best midfielders come from England. Well, the last time I used to say that was when Lampard was still playing. So it's been a while since I've seen a very good midfielder from England squad. And now here comes Jude Bellingham. Can't wait for it. His reading of the game, his his passing ability and his passing IQ and his shooting ability. True, this guy, I'm seeing him making a goal involvement, probably even 2 goal involvements. So let's go. Jude Bellingham to make the difference. Without him, I'm telling you, they wouldn't be this far ahead. And I think his level of, his passion for the game, I think it's what England needs. England is full of great, talented players, but I think what makes him so different is he is that type of player where you play with him and everyone levels up. Yes, everybody's a professional already, but he's that type of player where you play with him, it's like, hey, bruv, we are playing now. We're playing for this title. I'm not just playing for the sake of it, to get another cap. Coming into French. Sacre bleu, bonjour. Man, I actually did French lessons back in my primary school. Or was it my high school? Yes, in my high school in England. And I don't think I lasted that long in the class, and I switched to German. Quick things. They have such a beautiful language, but hey, it's a very hard language. It's not an easy language for me to get, especially with the pronunciation. Beautiful, but hey, it trapped. So I'm hoping, hey, these guys, they come in and they pitch up. But I have to say, Mbappe in this World Cup, he is their player. Without him, they wouldn't be this far. He is their player. And especially, I'm seeing him do more or less the same things he did on the previous matches, where he cuts in from the left, comes inside, snuggles inside the penalty box, hits a random shot, scores some really good goals. But like I said, I'm going for England in this match, so I'm seeing him have a goal from the same way or the same type of goals he scored in the previous match. So Mbappe will be the difference maker, or he can be the difference maker, but I think Jude Bellingham and his control of the midfield will have more precedence. I was watching the Croatia game versus Brazil, and I was trying to understand, how is Brazil not taking this match away? And I've come to the conclusion. When you have control of the midfielder, it doesn't matter who you have at the back, and it doesn't matter who you have in the attack. The midfield can control a game. And having Luka Modric and Kovacic as your midfielder, that is a powerhouse of a midfield. Compared to Brazil's midfield, Brazil is very talented. They have very good defense, and they have such a very, very, very good attack. But I said this before, the midfield isn't as good. They have a great Casemiro, but it stops there. And with Croatia, they have such a good midfield, and that is why I'm giving England the advantage in this match. They have a better midfield combination than that of France. Yes, France have Tchouaméni and a couple of really good midfielders, but that coming up against you, Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, I'm just naming 2, just to show, just those 2 alone, and just add another body or a brick. It's already a fantastic midfielder. And I don't want to say Henderson, but you can have Henderson as well. Have Declan Rice, Henderson, and Jude Bellingham within the midfield, and this team you can see miracles, and you can actually, it's a potential win. So I'm saying, for England to win, have more possession. Like I said, they have better midfield combination, and they have a better opportunity. And then coming in, Tchouaméni. Hey, this man doesn't allow balls to pass him. He's like, no. He is one of my favorite defensive midfielder. Just as good as Casemiro, probably even as good as N'Golo Kante. France isn't missing N'Golo Kante. They have, in fact, I think they are enjoying a lot of Tchouaméni's presence. He's so good. He plays his duty, where in the sense of being a defensive midfielder, not allowing goals to pass him, or at least trying, and as well as also providing a lot of attacking opportunities, where he switches his defense, hits the attack, and runs on it. I'm looking forward to him, but like I said, the combination of the midfield within England is so dominant. I don't think he's able to counter it. And I don't think a lot of people give credit to the England squad. They have an understanding, just like as the France team does or the French team does. But the English team, they have such a great understanding of each other. They have such a fruition and a flow of understanding with each other, because they play with each other in the Premier League, as well as some even play with each other in club level. And I see England using that as their advantage, their understanding of their players, and being the difference. And we have to see, but these are two powerhouses of teams coming together. You cannot put them apart. Yes, Mbappe is that good, but Jude Bellingham is that good too. And yes, Tchouaméni is that good, but Declan Rice is that good. And yes, Giroud is good, but Harry Kane is fantastic. You get what I'm trying to say? For every talent or star they have in one team, another team can contest and say, this is what we have as well. I'm not sure who can make it, but I think England. And you guys, I can't wait to have that prediction right. Coming in too, guys, thank you so much for the support. I think from the last video we came up with 3 subscribers, so I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for the man of the man who allowed me to play the background music. Thank you to God, more than anything. And hopefully you guys come back if you like the content. Until next time, ciao.